Well, hello, folks. Welcome to another episode of Whiskey Calling here. It's a Wednesday night. I always forget the evenings, which day of the week it is. Been a bit of a long week, as I usually say. And, I thought, well, you know what? I just finished mowing the lawn and kind of outside. It's not too bad out here. And I thought, hey, why not try a couple bourbons for you guys and let you know what I think. I just bought this, actually, liquor store on the way home today. Never heard of it before. Howler head. It actually says it's a monkey spirit. It says it's 40%, 80 proof. It's a bourbon. It's kind of a cool label, I'd say. Kind of like the look of it. What does it all say here? It says bananas gone crazy. Yeah, that's right. We said bananas blended with the finest Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey we could get our paws on. You've got a kick of oak, a whirl of sweetness, and some straight from the jungle panorama goodness. Some people say we were monkeying around. They say convention is not to be trifled with. We heard them. There are whole cities full of people not trifling with convention. For the rest of us, welcome to the jungle. So yeah, again, it says bananas gone crazy. So it's interesting here. We'll see what kind of taste notes we get. And see where we're at here. Hope you guys got a bourbon yourselves, or any sort of whiskey yourselves, or just sitting around relaxing, winding down from a long day, or what have you. Yeah, so let's see what we got here. See if we get a good cork pop. Oh. Sticker's on pretty good here. Should have brought my knife out. There we go. Nice, subtle cork pop. Oh yeah, definitely smell some banana in there. No question about that. Let's give it a good healthy pour out here to just sort of really get those flavors going. So yeah, as I said, never tried this before, obviously, just cracking it open. And bananas, I'm thinking, sometimes a hint of banana I get with Old Forester sometimes. Also, Jameson, I get a little bit of that as well, I find. I don't know if you guys are the same, but I do get a little bit of banana in those sometimes. So let's see what this smells like. Yeah, kind of a, yeah, you do smell a lot of banana, like fresh banana. You just open up, you just peel it. It's just a fresh peeled banana with maybe a little bit of sugar glaze. I don't know if you guys, you know what I'm getting here? If you guys ever have had, you chop up a banana and put it on cereal, and then you sprinkle some white sugar on top of everything. And then you kind of take a little bit of banana with the sugar on top. I'm really getting that smell, that combination. Quite lovely. Like, who doesn't love that, right? Cheers. Let's see what it tastes like, folks. Let's see what it tastes like, folks. Wow. It's quite a delightful flavor. Sometimes a little too much banana could be too much, but it kind of has a nice, almost a tangerine component to there. I mean, just imagine chopping up some pieces of orange or tangerine and throwing them in that cereal with you too. Yeah, and that, and then there's a little bit of heat and punch and spice from the alcohol. Just a little bit of a pepperiness to it. I mean, obviously it's a bourbon, so it means it's have to be made, at least 51% corn based, right? So you're getting kind of that little bit of traditional sweetness from a bourbon. A little bit of a dark pepperish something coming out as well. Take another sip. As I take a second smell here. I'm getting, you know, some different almost sliced fruits, like, you know, like I said, sliced tangerine, maybe maybe even a little bit of cantaloupe, you know, sliced up, maybe a little bit of mango. Get a little bit of that, again, with maybe sugar sprinkled on top of it. So very sweet, but kind of got some nice, interesting fruit notes. And obviously, if you like bananas, you're gonna love this. Mm. You know, as I settle into the second sip, there's a little more depth there. The second sip was better than the first. The first was good, but the second sip is a little more depth to it. Just picking up a little more of a journey, a little bit of an up and down with the flavor. Again, that tangerine kicks in a really sweet, really nice, pleasantly. About halfway through the sip, there's almost like you're smelling banana, you're tasting banana at first, and then there's also this kind of really interesting tangerine moment. It kind of just stops your brain for a second, and then the spice kicks in, a little bit of heat from the alcohol, and then it's also fairly well coated. Like it's not, the texture is not overly thin. Sometimes if whiskey's a little bit too thin, that's not always my favorite, but this has got a bit of a nice creamy, rich texture to it. I mean, not extreme, but kind of coats in the mouth really nicely, actually. So let's try it one more time. Yeah. You know, certainly would not disappoint. Maybe sharing with friends. Maybe just the average. Maybe a bit more of a novice to whiskey. Anyone who likes flavor, this is almost bordering on flavored whiskey. You know, we have different types of flavored whiskey out there of all kinds. Peanut butter, maple, what have you, apple, etc. This is sort of, you might almost want to throw this in a banana fruit sugar flavored whiskey almost. It is almost that sweet. But again, that can be a huge crowd pleaser. And the thing that would be really nice about this is it's got a tropical feel to it, right? You've got those fruits, you got the banana. There's almost a nice tropical balance to it. Be really nice on a hot day, maybe on ice. Kind of on a beach kind of thing. In the sun. I can imagine this being very good with some cocktails too. We just bring out the kind of that fruitiness as well. I can see, really, because as you sip it more, there's almost maybe there's a layer of coconut in there, almost like like a pina colada or more of a tropical kind of drink that might have some coconut in it. I don't know if pina colada does. I don't drink pina coladas that often, but I can't forget which is which on that one. But it's kind of got that. As we're talking here, I'm just going to quickly look again because I kind of forgot what they said. Their tasting notes were. They're saying a kick of oak, a whirl of sweetness, and some straight from the jungle panorama goodness. So you definitely, you can see maybe a little bit of that oak, a little bit of that spiciness, a bit of a woodsy dryness too, a little bit mixed in there, which is kind of nice. It kind of settles it down. It's not so extreme, but boy, yeah, this really reminds you. This would go really good in a slushy drink too. A drink that's like a slush. On a summer day, oh boy, this would be a really nice accent to put in something like that. So, folks, that was interesting for sure. Just gonna cleanse my palate, and then I'm gonna compare it to another bourbon that, so that one's 40%, this one's 42%, and this one I've really been enjoying, as you can see, pretty far down on the bottle here, straight edge bourbon. And this one, boy, folks, I have a lot of good things to say about this one. This one probably could just have its own video, but I kind of wanted to do a little comparison of a couple new bourbons I've been trying, and both around that 40% range. So yeah, I'm gonna pour this for you guys again, and let you know what I think of this one. It'd be interesting after tasting that little bit of sweeter one, what this one's gonna do. Yeah, let me know what bourbon you guys are drinking out there, or what bourbons you guys are drinking lately. I would love to know that. Any recommendations of bourbons I should buy and try on the channel. I've kind of been bolstering my bourbon collection a little bit. I find I go in cycles, I go Scotch cycles for 3 or 4 months, and then I swing back to bourbon for 3 or 4 months, and then I jump into rye for a couple months, and then, I find that there's a little bit of a swing sometimes. And right now, I'm definitely in a bit of a bourbon kick. There's no question in the last 6-8 weeks. So any other bourbons, suggestions you guys have, please let me know. Yeah, so Straight Edge, it doesn't, I had never really heard of it either. It's finished and bottled by Splinter Group in Napa, California. Again, like I said, 42%. Doesn't see much else in the bottle, doesn't give much else away. And I haven't done much research on this. I just really enjoyed the bottle. And I've said on this channel many times, I'm not so much of a researcher as a taster. I just like to taste and let you guys know what I think. I almost don't want to be too clouded by too many preconceptions in a way. So yeah, I'll let you guys know what this smells like. Yeah, so this one definitely, almost a bit of a waxiness to it I'm picking up right now. Which I really like, by the way. A waxy creaminess is one of my favorite elements, if I can find it in a bourbon. So maybe I'm getting a touch of vanilla there too then. Vanilla, I'm getting just some spice and like maybe black pepper, that kind of thing. And almost a touch, similarity here is almost maybe a little bit of tangerine, who knows? I'm getting a little bit of that. So let's see what it tastes like, folks. Definitely drier, hotter, richer, spicier. It obviously doesn't have the same, sweetness as the Howler Head did. And this is just to me, it's just a true down the middle, delicious bourbon. Like it's got all the good qualities that you want in a bourbon. I know that I want in a bourbon. Oakiness, dryness, that kind of tongue grab, that bourbon bite is what I call it, where the middle of your tongue just feels that spice settling on it. It just almost feels like it's a little bite from small insects or something in the middle of your tongue. The right bourbons do that, and I love that feeling and that sensation. And this has that all. It's got kind of a, if it is sweet, it's a little bit of a lighter sweet. It's not quite of a brown sugar cinnamon bun sweet, maybe a light cinnamon bun, but not that brown sugar baking spice kind of sweet. It's just that maybe got a little bit, and that's why I mentioned tangerine in the smell. It's got a little bit of a slight citrusy, maybe a little bit of a light, maybe icing sugar sweet, just a little bit. And it's kind of got that classic sweet, but it's oaky, it's dry, it's spicy, and it's got a really good, rich texture to it too that really sits in the mouth. So a nice, decent finish that goes with it too. So let's have another sip. Yeah. I highly recommend the Straight Edge. I probably bought this bottle 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and you can see how quickly I've worked down on it here because I just really enjoy it. It's just, like I said, it's got all those spots to it that I really enjoy in a bourbon. It's sort of my favorite sort of thing. So I would, definitely recommend that you guys try this. The Howler Head is really quite interesting. It's got a nice flavor to it, and certainly if you're outside, you want to mix it with a drink, or you just want something sweet and kind of tropical almost, kind of interesting. I can see this would be a very interesting thing to share around at a party. Hey, what do you guys think of this? Kind of get probably a pretty positive reaction to people who don't want really strong whiskey that you know, a lot of people might find the straight edge, especially if they're not, you know, daily whiskey drinkers or too often drink whiskey. This might be a little too harsh for them. They might find it a little, you know, this won't be. You know, this is going to be a really nice starter for somebody, or just a pick me up. So yeah, depending on what you're in the mood for. Anyways, folks, really appreciate taking the time and hanging out. Let me know what you guys think, and we'll see you again soon, everybody.